crafters, welcome back to my channel, Margaret Knob Designs, and I am here today for the biggest reason is because I have a design team haul for Country Craft Creations, but I wanted to give you a quick life update. I haven't been around for a little while. Everything is fine. I was sick for a little bit in the very beginning, but I'm perfectly fine. And but the biggest changes is that we moved. So I moved from my condo into what I like to call our homestead, and it's 5.5 acres, and it's an old farmhouse that's made out of called Cream City brick, which is a brick that is was made and manufactured in Milwaukee, and it has that term. It's a creamy brick. It's very old. And our farmhouse was built in 1885. So we moved here, and I moved in with my daughter so that she wants to start a kennel, and she also wants to start breeding our dogs. We have Cane Corsos, and we have we're expecting to try to do our first litter, well, beginning of 2024. Excuse me. So look for those updates. And but what I'd like to do today, let you know that I will be back on YouTube, more of a regular schedule again, especially with Country Craft Creations and my responsibilities towards Tamara and her store, online store. Just wanted to show you what my first project is going to be back, and talk a little bit about what I'm thinking about doing. And then you can watch for my tutorial video and walkthrough video. That'll be coming, I know for sure by the end of, by next weekend, for sure my tutorial will be up. I'm not promising Saturday, I'm not promising Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but Sunday is the end of the the weekend, and I think that goes into Labor Day, and I'm off the following week, so I want to get at least 2 projects in before the middle of September. So I will be seeing more of you then. So let's get into what I have for my design team haul. I hope that this is not too dark. I honestly cannot find my light for my desk, and so I was hoping that if I did this during the daylight, and of course the sun went down and is not as bright as it was first thing this morning. So but I'm going to go through, and if the filming of it is too difficult to see, then I'll have to refilm and pull out a bunch of lamps. So what I got from my design team package is an 8x8 pad of Graphic 45 Hello Pumpkin. I think this one is next to this one is beautiful. And do you remember a couple years ago, I think it was Prima that came out with a pumpkin pattern paper, and that was like my favorite. And this is very, very close to being right in line with that collection, or maybe even more, because there's even more different colors with this collection. So I got the 8x8 pack, but I also did get 2 of the 12x12. I'm a little bit closer in here because of my new desk setup and everything, but we'll get that worked out a little bit better as we go. So I'm going to go through the 8x8 collection, just because I think it'll be easier to see when we go through it, or at least I can show it more easily to you, because I don't have as big of an area for showing papers. So let's just go along with that, and we're starting out with the pattern papers, and in the 8x8 collections we get 3 of each pattern. So we start out with, this is kind of like a purpley mauve, and then on the back there are those autumn leaves on the back with that purple and kind of the burnt sienna running right through it with the greens. Then there's, I don't know if that's the right name for it, but it's almost an orangey red kind of burnt tone through this collection. And so this back of this one is leaves, and then on the front is all the tags that go along with this collection, and they really have some neat designs. I love these leaves up here, the postage stamp leaves, and then they even have some postage stamps down here. I like these for decorating my pages, or even some of these bigger ones. There is even some border strips along in here. So great tags for this collection. And then we have a green with the writing in the back. And this is a really nice matching green that says Hello Pumpkin. And then here we go with all the pumpkins, the orange and the burnt red, orangey red colors, and the greens. Beautiful. And we've got another somewhat solid, I call, even though it's patterned, to me, because it's kind of tone on tone, it looks like a solid to me. And we've got that, and that's got little pumpkins in there. And then on the back of here, we have kind of, it's almost like window panes with pumpkins in here. And oh gosh, I had to put my glasses on. For some reason, I couldn't see if that was a pumpkin or if it was a bird with his beak coming out. Is that terrible? And then the next couple are this green plaid. It's a green and beige plaid. Because the color in here is not a pure white. It's not a pure beige either. Look at that. Isn't that scene just remarkable? I just love it. Very, very beautiful. And then we've got this next 3 pages. This is more of the cut-aparts, the kind of the back of the cut-aparts, Hello Pumpkin, postcard, but these florals with the pumpkins are just remarkable. Hey crafters, I had to shut down for a minute. My daughter came home, and you know, we have 4 dogs in the house right now, and there's 3 or 4 more in her car that she's boarding, so I just shut it down so you didn't have to hear all the barking. Here's the orange dotted paper, and on the back of here is really a nice pumpkin design as well. Then this is actually one of my absolute favorites. It's beautiful. It's a purpley orange cream kind of plaid. It's just beautiful. And on the back of that is there's a wheelbarrow, the purplish pumpkin, a pumpkin stand, and just these acorns up here are just awesome. Really, really great collection. So I have that in the 8x8 collection. I also have that in the 12x12, 2 of each of the pattern paper 12x12s. And then I do have, and I'm going to run through these pretty quick because they're just the patterns in solids. But I wanted to show you, I also got a packet of the patterns in solids. So there is 2 of each design. This is kind of just a solid green. It's not much to see about the whole thing. And then this is kind of just a dotted pattern in the back. And then this green is the same as the front of that other one, but then there is green pumpkins on the back of here. And I don't think you're seeing all of these, the whole sheet at one time, so I apologize, but it's just the distance. Maybe if I hold it down more. And this is kind of a mauvey purpley type of plaid with the solid on the front. And again, here is the solid, and with pumpkin on the back. What are those? Oh, those are just like a Florentine type of design. And then we get into the rusty reds. And then we have the polka dot pattern on the back. And another one of this and 2 of this one with the pumpkin patch, autumn days, hello pumpkin, fall is in the air. It is in the air. I just think it's wonderful. I love fall. It's my most favorite season of all. All right, now we've got the orange with the pumpkins on the back. And then this one, we have, again, the writing on the back with the solid orange on the front of that. So along with that, like I said, I have the 12x12 pattern papers. I also I also got some chipboard so that I can make some albums. I'm looking at, I bought actually the 8.5 by 11 this time because I've been making a lot of albums recently, like 8.5 by 10 or 8.5 by 8.5 or 8 1/4. So I was getting so much leftover chipboard from my 12 by 12 pieces. I thought it might be wise to go ahead and get some of this 8.5 by 11 chipboard. Think about it for yourself if you've been doing what I've been doing. I felt like I was wasting a little bit of my chipboard because I wasn't finding enough uses for it, for the cutoffs. Then I also got some of this parchment paper, Artisan Cardstock. It's just the creamy white. I was thinking about using it for this album. I'm not sure if I am. I'm thinking now that I might save that for the tags within the album, but I think I might use, I have some dark brown Artisan Cardstock that I'm thinking I'm going to use for my folio or album. So that's my design team haul. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started on this. I have an idea that I want to do for the for my project, and I'm thinking I'm going to do like a trifold folio, a regular folio, but I have something a little bit different that I want to finish it with. And it's nothing new and revolutionary, but it's just something different that I haven't done in the past. And I look forward to seeing all of you in my next video with my the tutorial with this project. And please be sure to take a look at the links down in my description box. There are links for these paper collection or this collections for Country Craft Creations. And please be sure to go on over there. She's getting new products every day. And just because I'm using this Graphic 45 fall, which is beautiful and you should try to get it, but remember you can also use a lot of times I'll use other Graphic 45 collections for with other projects if I don't have that newer one, or if I don't have the one that the creator has, because a lot of times they're the same types of parts and pieces in them. So I encourage you to take a look at what else is in the shop for Country Craft Creations, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon in my next video. And in the end here, I'd like to say one thing. This is not something that I made up. It's something that I read somewhere and I just love it. It's a quote that says, if you can be anything in the world, be kind. And that's the most important thing for us to remember, is to be kind to each other, because we never know what's going on in our friends or families' lives. Bye.